good one today. Dealing with teenagers. And this isn't for parents. This is for everyone and parents. This is for everyone. This is you dealing with your teenager inside you. I'm going to read some from the Venus Sequence book. The shadow of the IQ, of our IQ. It's interesting that in order to unlock the deeper currents of our emotions, we must first unlock our minds. The shadow of your IQ tells the same story in every human being, just in different ways. The common story is that at some point we began to believe ourselves unworthy of love. Out of this deep-seated belief, we developed a narrow way of thinking and behaving that often only emerges when we feel emotionally threatened or uncomfortable. Or just it emerges when it emerges. You wake up one morning and there it is. So it's about seeing how your mind contracts around uncomfortable emotions and how those two things are connected. And this is a pattern that develops in each of us through our teenage cycle, which is the primary imprinting cycle of our mental body, from 14 to 21. I want to look also at the other side, which is the gift of the IQ, because when you see the shadow, as you can see, the way of thinking that locks you down, that actually holds your emotions back from emerging, from coming out fluidly, from being expressed in some way, or that part of your mind ensures that they're expressed in an unhealthy way, as blame, as arrogance, as accusation, as self-pity, as shame, as guilt, as manipulation, as any of those things, or just as it's a part of your mind that just cuts off. These are all neural pathways, right? And we can reprogram neural pathways. So the gifts of the IQ are manifold. Once the mind has been freed from holding back our fuller maturity, an enormous amount of energy is released through our body and brain. We'll have to be continually alert for the shadow pattern whenever we experience emotional discomfort. The good news is that as you open your mind once again to the possibility that you're worthy of love, then you become more intelligent, because this is your IQ. Your IQ represents your mental alacrity, but it also involves something that's not part of the average IQ test: optimism. Optimism is not the same as positive thinking. Optimism comes from drawing in high-frequency thought forms. It's the nature of a true open mind. So the gift of your IQ is more about just being clever and intellectual. It's about open circuit thinking. The mark of true intelligence is the certainty that you are fully worthy of love. There's a wonderful one-liner. The mark of true intelligence is the certainty that you're fully aware of love. So when you come to do your Venus sequence and you dig into this place, you're going to learn about your IQ, your true IQ, not what you learn from those guys out there. What you learn really about the IQ and what how it rests. It's the mental body is a subtle body. It's not this brain thing only. And so this is about the qualities that we draw into our mental bodies, and it's about opening up to the cosmic brain, the cosmic mind, so that those higher thought forms, open up your thinking. This is what these terms do. They open up our thinking. Venus sequence opens up our thinking again to that wonderful teenage mind that was open to everything at one point. It was open to aliens and all kind of gods and creatures and science fiction and all of that early amazing brain, that mind that we had, open to all possibilities. That I can fly, I'm Superman, or Superwoman, whatever it is. That mind is on the edge of the wisdom mind. So we have to rekindle that. We have to reclaim that openness of thinking. So the way to deal with teenagers, or your teenager inside yourself, is through keeping a really open mind and really, closing off those judgment patterns of like, there's something wrong here, I need to fix this, I need to, worry about this. The open mind doesn't worry, the open mind just looks for the possibility rather than the shadow. And from there, the emotions start to move again, the love starts to move, and out of that, a solution is always found. You see the difference? Like if you approach with a tense mind, the solution will never be the right solution. Whereas if you open and you expand, and you drop those judgments, and you soften, and the heart begins to move, perhaps the tears begin to come, then you can approach in the right way any teenager or yourself, the teenager in you, because we are multi-aged. We have these teenagers inside us, and they need to be treated in the right way. They need to be treated with respect and openness and understanding. And if you can understand your teenager like that, your inner teenager or your outer teenager, then they will feel that openness around you, and they will be able to express whatever it is they express, or not express it, because that's also their freedom. But the point is, you will understand, and you won't feel that pressure inside you to do something or fix something. You'll just be available for them. And then the love will begin to flow, and give it time, the love will begin to find the solutions. Love always finds the solutions. Love always finds a way. So, nice little tidbit. Blessings.